Hey, me, Dennis. Doing it this way because my voice is a little bit louder. But yeah, um, just to elaborate more on what I was talking about before. My uncle ruined my life. People were being mean to me that used to be my friends. They walked away from me. Started to call me fag, gay, queer, all that other stuff. And it was scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. Like, being bullied was always scary. But, yeah, I felt like I was alone. Felt like I wasn't worth a damn because no one wanted to be my friend. And I felt like an outcast because of it. And, yeah, just didn't feel good about myself at all. And, what makes it worse is that some people in my family knew what was going on, but for whatever reason, they kept telling me, "Oh, your uncle cares about you a lot. He loves you." I'm like, yeah, if he loved me, why would he be doing this to me? That's pure hatred. Stop lying. That's pure hatred. But yeah, but now that I'm sober, and I'll talk about more about that in another video. I'm working on forgiving him because, number one, he's dead, so, sorry, yawned. But yeah, he's dead, so there's no reason to hate a dead person. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to hit a dead person. That's like kicking a dead horse. It's pointless. But yeah, I need to work on forgiving him, which I am doing little by little. Doesn't always work, but I'm working on it a little at a time. And yeah, just people judging me for what he did. Like, they knew what he was. They knew he was a pedophile and convicted child molester and all that, but some people twisted that around and made me look like the bad guy. And that hurt. Still hurts today. Because why was I being judged for the sins of another person? And, this wasn't right. Like, that made me feel real bad. Like, and that made me, and I cried myself to sleep many a night because of that. And this horrible way to live. And then, when I was 14 or 15, somewhere around there, I got mad and yelled at God, like saying all these mean, horrible things to God. Like, why are you allowing this to happen to me? You must like what's happening to me, don't you? And all that other stuff. And So, and that lasted for a little bit. Then, one night I woke up, or one night I went to bed, and then next morning I wake up, I had peace come over me, and I realized that it wasn't God's fault for what my uncle was doing to me. It was just the way it was. And, I had to accept that. Of course, I didn't accept that, but kinda had to. I had no choice. So, yeah, years later, I started drinking at 18, fell into a deep depression, and, as time went on, I started drinking more, and turned into an alcoholic, and, like, because I was ashamed of what was happening to me, like, blaming myself for what was going on, like, why am I not doing anything about this? What can I do about this? And fact is, there was nothing I could do. I tried every avenue. I tried staying away from him, and that only made him mad, and he did not like that at all, and started being mean to me. Yeah, just really started, like, verbally abusing me, like, and hitting me and all this other stuff, because I didn't want to be around him. That made him angry, and he wondered why, which kind of pissed me off, because he knew why, but he was just playing dumb. Like, in his mind, he actually thought I wanted to be around him and wanted to do all that stuff he was doing to me. Like, no. And he knew that, but he was playing dumb. He didn't want to admit that he was a horrible piece of shit. And, so he, kept sexually harassing me and all this other stuff. And then, couple months after my 21st birthday, he, decided to hang on the back of a pickup truck and, holding onto one of those ladder rack things. And, of course, he was drunk at the time, because he was also an alcoholic and drug addict. So, him being drunk, he lost his balance and, let go of the ladder rack for whatever reason, and he, fell back and hit his head on the road, and, passed away 3 days later in the hospital. Brain damage, severed brainstem, and some other stuff. And not gonna lie, I was sad, because I don't like when people die, regardless of who they were or what they did. That's just me. I have compassion for people when I really shouldn't have compassion for some people, but I do. That's the way God made me, so I accept that. And yeah, I got sad. I cried. But I was also glad he was sad, because he wasn't able to hurt me anymore. He did give me PTSD though, which I still deal with today. But yeah, as far as him physically being able to hurt me, no, he can't do that anymore. And every once in a while, I'll have a dream about him. Like, he'll pop up in my dreams and do what he did to me in real life. And that I wake up in cold sweats and sometimes I cry. Because that lets me know he hasn't changed, even in death. He's still a horrible piece of shit in death. So that's how I interpret those dreams. And, yeah, just wanted to give a second part, or part 2 to this life that I've lived, and hopefully I helped someone through this story, and if I did, great, I'm glad. And if I didn't, well, then that's okay too. At least I got my story out there, and I was able to help people, and I'm sorry I just dropped my phone. So, yeah, I got my story out there, regardless if I could help people or not. And yeah, so that's all I gotta say, and I'll see you in the next video.